Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to a new haircut tutorial. Today we're going to do a skin fade haircut. I'm starting off with my T outliner, basically just going over the head. Make sure everything is nice and clean, guys. Just following the temple area of the head and going all the way around to the nape of the head. And you want to make sure that everything is nice and clean, guys. Make sure that you're clean behind the ears. Very important with customers. What I did right here was grab my number 3 guard. And what I'm doing is just basically making a scooping motion and going all the way up, scoop and go all the way up. Just creating a nice clean canvas. So when we start to fade, we have that area nice and clear. Now this is gonna be a very clean fade, guys. I really like the way this one came out. So stay tuned, don't go anywhere. This is gonna be a really good look. Now, like I said, scooping motion, go all the way up. Now, the reason why I do make that motion is kind of like a shortcut, guys, where you don't have to use scissor over comb or clipper over comb. It kind of eliminates that area. But you want to make sure that you are scooping away from the head when you get to the top area of the head, if that makes sense. As you can see my clipper, whenever I'm getting towards the top, I'm scooping away from the head. And what that does is basically clear out that area and gives it the scissor over the comb effect. Now this would definitely save you guys some time at the barbershop, or you can just grab the scissor over comb, either way. But use the biggest guard possible and give it that scooping motion. That's gonna make it just as clean as doing scissor over comb or doing clipper over comb. It'll give it that same effect, as you can see. Now what I did here was open up my wall all the way, and I'm creating a guideline. Now that's a half. If you open up the machine all the way, it's a half. And I'm creating that guideline all the way around the head, guys. Just making sure that it's nice and clean, making sure the area is all cleared out. Now you're gonna do the same step all the way around the head. You can see we're doing it in the back, and we're gonna do it on the other side as well. Now the reason why you wanna create this is because this is gonna help you when it comes time to taking out that skin line. You wanna memorize where you put this line at. Now some guys will go ahead and eliminate the skin line right here without doing a clip. But me personally, I don't like to do it that way. But there are some people out there that do it that way as well. But we're gonna go ahead and move on after this step to our number 2 clip, and we're gonna fade into that previous clip, which was at number 3. Making sure it's nice and clean, guys. Go over it, brush it, make sure you get all those little micro hairs out of there, and make sure it is nice and clean. All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and move on to our 2 guard. Same flicking motion. This isn't really gonna, give it any transition just yet. The following clip will give it more of a transition. You can see it's looking clean already. Before we added that, we can see the steps. We have the skin line, we have our half guard line, and we also have that darker area above. And we're gonna go ahead and do this all the way around the head. Now this is just for security. Like I said, it's not doing too much. We're just fading into that previous clip, which was that 3. All right, same thing, flicking motion, making sure that we're not going too high with it, but just clearing out that area to have a nice transition. All right, guys, so what we did, we moved on to our 1.5. And now this, you're gonna start seeing a nice transition starting to take place. You can see the hair is definitely getting a little bit lighter. As we get higher, we want to make sure that we're opening that lever. As you can see me doing with my thumb. As I get lower, I'm closing it. As I get higher, I'm opening the lever. All right, you want to make sure that you're doing that at all times. Same thing all the way around the head, guys. Making sure that it is clean, guys. Next clip we're going to drop down to is our 1. This is our 1.5. So we went from a 3 to a 2 to a 1.5. Like I said, those clips, you won't notice a dramatic change, but you guys are going to really notice a change when I put on that 1 guard. Here goes the 1 guard, guys, and we're just flicking that line out as much as we can. Now what's funny is the guard under this is supposed to remove that line, The half guard is really supposed to remove that line. The funny thing is that one guard ended up removing the line, which is pretty awesome. But we're gonna go ahead for security and put our half guard on there next. But you can see with just this guard alone, it looks really clean. And as you see, as I get higher, I'm opening my lever because I don't want to create any more lines. So for you not to create another line, you want to make sure when you go higher that you open the lever. When you go lower, make sure that you close it. So it's kind of like a dance, guys. Every time you go low, close it. Every time you go higher, start to open it. Now, as the guards get smaller, the strokes get shorter. As the guards get smaller, the strokes get shorter. Same thing over here, flicking the wrist as I get higher, opening that lever. I'm trying to drill that into you guys' head. You can see I got the brush in my hand around this time. The reason for that is because, again, the hairs, you want to make sure that you're brushing out those hairs. And as you start to use smaller guards, a lot more hair is coming off, just like in the beginning of the haircut. And when you brush it, that's going to make sure that it's nice and clear. Now we did here, we dropped down to our half again, just for security, and we're just taking out that half line. Now, if we did a half in the beginning, only thing we had to do was crack open the machine slightly, and that will remove that half line. And that's basically what we're doing here. As you can see, the fade looks nice and clean. Just go over it, make sure, you know, for video purposes, obviously it's a lot faster. We had to cut it up basically, but you want to make sure that you're going over your work and just taking your time, guys. It's not a rush, not a race. Same thing in the back of the head. Again, for security purposes, you can see the previous clip took off a lot of hair, but this right here is really, really making it nice and clean. And again, after every stroke, giving it a brush and making sure that we're cleaning out any of those micro hairs. Same thing on this side. And then we're gonna move on to our 0, which is our machine close, and that should be able to remove any skin line that you have. If you guys don't have a 0 gap machine, you're gonna have a hard time with that skin line. I know a lot of new guys have a hard time with the skin line. That's one of the most problems you would hear. Now you can see the strokes are a lot shorter. The machine is closed. As I get higher, I'm opening the machine. Now, if you guys remember in the beginning, when we made our guideline, it was with the machine all the way open. As long as we don't go higher than where we put that guideline, we won't have a problem making any lines on the head, basically. And this is what we got right here after that side is clean. You want to go ahead and do the same thing on the back of the head. I think it's a great transition we have going on in this fade haircut. Pretty clean, pretty solid. Same thing, making sure that you're brushing the hair and making sure that we're giving it a nice blend. So we're gonna go ahead and do that all the way around the head, and that's what we have in the back of the head. We'll go ahead and do the same thing on this side. Now we do have a beard as well in this video, which is going to be pretty cool as well. We're doing a beard, so we're doing a fade haircut with the beard. I think it came out really well. Same thing here, guys. Making sure we don't go any higher than we're supposed to, and that's what we have on this side. So we go ahead and move along to his beard. Now we're going to comb the beard out to the side. He wants to keep it thick. He does not want to lighten the beard. So what I did was just kind of go across the jawline. I don't go in too much. I don't go out too much. Make sure that your T-eye liners are nice and sharp so you can get that nice full effect. I'm gonna go under the neckline as well. You know, just making sure that it's nice and clean, and find out where your customer wants the neckline at first. You know, before you even start, always ask your customer, where do you want it? How do you want your beard? Do you want it high? Do you want it low? Same thing over here. Just shaping up the outside of the beard. He wants it high, he wants it as full as possible. So what we did was we went to the neck and we went all the way we stayed as much as we can up at the top, just making sure that it's sharp. And what's really gonna bring in that effect is our shave gel and our straight razor is really gonna bring in that nice sharp effect, basically. That's what we're doing as well. Doing the same thing we did on the other side, keeping the beard as low as possible on the neck, shaping out on the jawline, and then we're gonna go ahead and keep his beard as high as possible on the top. And we'll go ahead and shape this side. Any little hairs I see sticking out from the bottom, I'm gonna go ahead and graze them just a little bit. Anything I see poking out. Okay, we're gonna move on to the mustache. Always get under the lip, guys. Don't ever leave your client with hair hanging over the lip. I'm gonna shape the side over here, just making sure the corners are nice and tight. Edging up the top of the mustache. Again, under the lip, just making sure it's clean. And that real detail will come with the straight edge razor. So we're gonna use some Easy Blade Shave Gel. We're gonna go ahead and use a straight razor, Easy Blade straight razor as well. I'm gonna go ahead and apply that shave gel on his face just so that he has the most comfort as possible. Make sure he's nice and comfortable with the shave. I'm gonna start on this edge over here, making it as sharp as possible. Definitely can come out sharp, guys, without enhancements. As long as you have a sharp lineup, definitely can get that look that you're looking for, that picture perfect look. So just edging out the beard as much as I can. Just making sure it's as wide as possible. Moving along to the other side of the head. And we're gonna go ahead and keep this as wide as possible. Now, if you guys haven't seen the dry line video, and this is what we have right here, you can go to our channel, type in dry line, and you'll see that how to do a dry lineup, which makes the beard look a lot more sharper. What I'm doing is just giving the hair a little bit of texture with the scissors, because we're gonna go ahead and apply some styling powder in his hair, just to kind of give it a style, a little bit of volume, and just a little bit of texture. So just kind of just, you know, giving it, this is our Easy Blade styling powder. So go ahead and put that in there. And just give him some volume so that the hair isn't just laying down flat. He didn't want to touch the top. So we're just gonna give it a little bit of volume, give it a little bit of style. And this is basically what we have, guys, a nice clean fade, nice clean beard. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Jay here from EasyBladeShavingProducts.com. We'll talk to you guys soon.